In the desert town of Deshnoke, Rajasthan, there is a sprawling white marble temple, but the most striking feature isn't the architecture, it's the floor. Tens of thousands of rats, an estimated 25,000 of them, roam completely free across the sacred grounds. To a casual observer, an infestation of this scale looks like a crisis. But inside these walls, these animals are not considered pests. They are known locally as kabas, and they are protected. The temple goes to significant lengths to ensure their safety. If you look above the courtyards, a network of wires is strung across the open air to shield the kabas from hawks. And here, within the inner sanctum, they hold a status higher than any human visitor. Devotees prepare vast quantities of sacred food and milk for them, often eating from shared metal bowls right alongside the animals. If a kaba scurries across your bare feet, it is welcomed as a blessing. This ecosystem of reverence is no accident of nature. It is the result of a mythic pact forged over 6 centuries ago. According to local folklore, a divine ascetic named Karni Mata suffered a tragedy when her stepson drowned. Overcome with grief, she demanded his life back from Yama, the Hindu god of death. When Yama refused, she struck a defiant bargain. She declared that none of her descendants, members of the Charan clan, would ever fall into Yama's grasp again. Instead, she engineered a closed-loop system of reincarnation, bypassing Yama's realm entirely. When a kaba dies, its soul is reborn as a human child in the Charan lineage. When a human member passes away, they return as a kaba in the temple. But beyond the legend, there is a documented history of a woman named Riddhi Kanwar. Born in 1387, she navigated one of the most volatile periods in the region's history. While the temple focuses on the souls of her clan, her life involved a series of calculated alliances. Her influence provided the foundation for the royal houses that would eventually govern this region. To understand her impact, look at this map of 14th century Bangladesh, modern-day Rajasthan. It was a landscape of warring Rajput, Muslim, and Jat clans, all fighting for control over scarce desert resources through shifting alliances. In this environment, Riddhi Kanwar rose to prominence within the Charan clan. She lived as an ascetic, and her reputation for wisdom began to draw the attention of local warlords. During one particularly tense period, a Bhati chieftain named Rao Sheka was leading 14 soldiers on a military expedition. Needing guidance, he stopped at her village to seek her blessing. The teenage Kanwar insisted on feeding the entire battalion before they rode out. Local histories record that she nourished all 14 armored men from a single small basket of food. In a desert where resources were the ultimate currency, providing a meal to an entire battalion served a specific strategic purpose. It secured a military alliance with the Bhati clan, a group that had previously been a source of regional conflict. This event transformed a group of potential raiders into a disciplined military escort. By managing the desert's most precious resources, she turned rival chieftains into allies before they ever reached the battlefield. She cemented these alliances through cultural traditions, specifically by tying a rakhi, a woven bracelet symbolizing sibling protection, onto the wrists of military leaders. This act bound heavily armed chieftains to her through strict codes of honor. Over time, she evolved into the region's kingmaker. Recognizing the need for a unified state to end the constant warfare, she began directing the powerful Rathore clan on exactly where to consolidate their territory. She supported the success of Rao Bika, directing him to march north and establish a new domain. With her backing, he established the kingdom of Bikaner, which eventually erected the red sandstone walls of Junagarh Fort. In the south, she provided the same strategic aid to Rao Jodha, helping him secure his contested territory. She personally laid the foundation stones for Mehrangarh Fort, a citadel that would anchor the kingdom of Jodhpur. Through diplomatic force and spiritual authority, this single woman managed to unite the warring polity of the desert. The stability she orchestrated allowed these dynasties to rule for centuries. In the early 20th century, the descendants of the kings she supported chose to honor the woman who established their peace. Maharaja Ganga Singh transformed the site of her miracles into an architectural centerpiece. He invested royal wealth into the project, outfitting the sanctuary with solid silver doors and intricate marble carvings. Even today, the ruling families and military leaders of Rajasthan maintain Karni Mata as their official patron deity. Knowing her history changes what you see on the temple floor today. When visitors step around the thousands of kabas, they are observing a specific cultural heritage. To the Charan clan, those rats hold the souls of their own lineage. Sitting on the floor and sharing a plate of food with a kaba is an act of family devotion, sharing a meal with a revered ancestor. The temple at Deshnoke remains a physical extension of the peace she brokered 600 years ago. It is a place where the history of a fractured desert and the lineage of a single clan converge, and where every creature is treated with the dignity of a king.